Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you hear. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, what is going on today, guys? Evan Aldo here. A little bit of a later stream. What's going on? Let's see what's in the chat. Soli, what's up, Science Wizard? 200x long. What do you want, MEXC maybe? What's up, Matt Ford? Yeah, we'll see. 59K maybe. Cello, yeah. Let's take a look at the big boys. Trigger wave, on ETH right here, trying to break back above VWAP, which we're currently retesting it tested a lot today, kind of a sideways type deal. I think you could jump up a bit to these areas, which is what I'm looking at, in terms of a trade. I do have an ETH long in. Didn't get an outcome on that just yet. I think I actually I have actually 2 in. Didn't get an outcome just yet, but I think it's going to be pretty soon. And these trigger waves right here, I mean, I think you got a good shot of jumping up. You're in that uptrend. Now, is this test of this big area at 57.5 a local top? Probably. You could consolidate a lot. This could be where things start to finally come down. You probably would at least test it one more time, 57.5 again. I think once that daily, comes down, gives you money flow coming out with the bear div, that's where things get more bearish. until then, things aren't looking terrible, but you do have money flow kind of coming out on some of these middle time frames, which is more of a bearish sign. But I still think you're going to have to retest some stuff. You know what I mean? I think you got to retest some stuff before you really, nuke or whatever. So I generally think you got a little bit more in you. That daily, like I mentioned, ETH as well, the two-day money flow coming up, down, it's still kind of strong in the 3-day. So yeah. Trigger wave right there. I would think that you probably would jump back up to retest, that area. That's not a fib level. I think it is a fib level, but it's that wick right there of February 22. I mean, if you break above there, not too much until 3,500. So 3,500 is the next big area. What would support that? The weekly would definitely support that in terms of money flow. So I could see that 3,500. Maybe it takes some time to get there. Maybe we don't see that until kind of pre-halving, until April. And then, at post-halving, you do finally come down from there. That's that possibility. We can look at some of the requests. Cody. Yeah, let's look at Cody. I think we got a long ways to go for a lot of altcoins, especially when you look at total 3 as well. So Cody, coming down a little bit. I don't know. Money flow still good in the larger time frames. I could tell you macro still looks generally pretty strong on this. It's hard to say. Is this trigger wave on the 3-hour going to save the day? Probably. You're about to hit that area. Wouldn't surprise me if you go down a little bit more though. Very volatile, 28 cents to 21. So yeah. And let's look at Cello. Sure. I don't know, Binance chart. Feel like this one looks a little bit similar, money flow coming up, all of that type of stuff. So yeah, I mean, break above higher, get up to that kind of area. Yeah, $1.58. 72% up. I think you'll eventually get there. So yeah, what's up Plan E? What's up NBF? Yeah, let's look at Render. So Render, I do think that, you hit that technical target right there. No major signs of slowing down as of yet. Middle time frames are the most bearish, but it doesn't look half bad. So I mean, where's our next kind of place? We're in that price discovery mode. Oh yeah, we didn't quite get there exactly. So 840, and then after that, that pocket around 11 is going to be huge. If you break above there, I think you'll eventually get up to $30. Probably a 3x, 4x, probably 4x from here, potentially even more. We'll see though. We'll definitely have to see. Yeah, let's look at Solana. Sure. And yeah, trigger wave right there on Sol. This I like. Yeah, I think you're gonna probably get back up to 117. If you could break above there, you're looking at 140. Maybe some resistance at 126, that previous high. Nothing looks, I would say you're an uptrend. Look at that continuation. Here's where it gets pretty bearish on that 4-day, but if you get a green dot, that kind of nullifies it. So yeah. Jupiter, yeah, that's a new one. I'm trying to find if we could, maybe something with a little bit more data. Nope. I guess USDT. Oh, okay, yeah, MEXC. I don't know. It's too new. Money flow coming up. This is kind of a coin flip here. I don't know. I would argue that there's a good shot you could continue higher. Algo, yeah. Let's look at Algo. Is it doing anything? Okay. Yeah, it's coming up here, so that's a good sign. A lot of the altcoins do look really good. That altcoin season could, generally start, or at least altcoins could continue to go. Hopefully, a lot of them, do outperform Bitcoin. Let's look at Algo ETH. I'm curious about. Yeah, that probably was the bottom. Same deal, I'll go Bitcoin. I like that weekly. You don't get no trigger wave too often. I mean, there it didn't work out too well on January 22, but here would make more sense to work out. What's up, Gensley? Genzi? Yeah, this is market cipher, yeah. When the alt started to rally euphorically, early 21 mainly, you know, from like 21 to January to April 21, and they all crashed in March. And then from that summer low to November, really. So a lot of it happened in 21. Let's see. And the way you could kind of view that is if you go total 3 minus Tether versus Bitcoin is a good way to kind of see, you know, when they really, you know, rallied and started outperforming Bitcoin. So obviously, yeah, January 21 to January 22 theoretically. I mean, obviously the top was in around, you know, November, but yeah, that jump up. This is not the most bullish chart because the real high was in December of 2017. So in that area right there, I'm sure people were probably expecting a little bit more here, but no, not quite. Can we get back up to that point? Hopefully, because that would make the average altcoin, yeah, outperform Bitcoin by like 100%, which would be not too bad. What were some other signs that you were topping out? I mean, high anchor wave on the weekly. I'm curious about the 2 week. Usually that gives you a clue. Yeah. That 2 week bear div, September of 21, that didn't, don't lie. That money flow still came up a little bit more, but that right there, that's where it got, yeah. Early 22. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I'll look at Cello, and then... Is there more data on that? Am I looking at the right... Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you could break above where we are right now, you're probably going to be able to get up to $2. So potentially a double on the table. Looks pretty good in larger time frames, especially the weekly. Let's see. I want to look at, yeah, let's look at AVAX, sure. Let's look at the Binance chart. Yeah, so kind of a similar, almost reminds me of Solana a little bit, but it does, yeah, the trigger wave right there. There are some good signs here. You know, you just gotta hopefully break above where we are right now, and then you're at $48 again, which is gonna be a pretty good price for this. That's what would be exciting. So yeah, FLR, is that Flare? Yeah, it's on Coinbase. Probably eventually get up to 14 cents or something. A lot of these will go crazy. Matic, yeah, next place would be potentially $1.05. Money flow on the weekly is good, so I think you got a good shot of breaking above here, getting up to $1.05 and then $1.30. $1.30 I think is going to be a big area. Yeah, I would argue that's a really big area, around $1.30 or just below it. You know, right there, those wicks. A lot of wicks in that area. Like, that's a big pocket, really. Big place. Oh man, you guys are asking me to look at a lot of shit. Let's look at Theta. Theta's been going crazy. So yeah, right. So right there, that's a big point because you got those wicks right there that we're hitting. So, and you hit that exactly. So I mean, are we immediately going to break through this? Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe it could take more time. I mean, that weekly looks damn good. That 5-day looks damn good. But I mean, a lot of that move, yeah. I mean, yeah, up 126%. So, how about the dip on this? Python's going nuts. We looked at Filecoin versus ETH. I think it looked pretty bullish, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That looks damn good. Yeah, looks very good. Everything's going wild. Uni, I know Uni pumped. I have some Uni. Yeah, big area right there. Yeah, the question here is like, does it take longer or do we just break forward more? Given that March is historically a bearish month, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely have to see what happens. But I think we'll see some consolidation. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. Nothing like 2020 March. But I think you'll see some consolidation, and we'll generally continue forward over the next, year to year and a half. Would I long ETH right now? Let's see. WorldCoin. Oh man. VRA, that's a good one too. Really? March? I thought March was historically kind of bad. Let's see. Let's look at VRA, sure. Yeah, coming up. Yeah, fighting back. I mean, you probably could get back up to a cent pretty soon. I like that weekly. I mean, everything looks really good in terms of altcoins right now. Pretty crazy. Yeah. Is it? Let's see. Yeah, a little new here, but if you could break, theoretically, if you can break above, now this is, some people would probably say this is nonsense, but if you can break above here, which you kind of have, it's $50 now. Yeah, 4 or 5x, maybe. H bar, sure. Yeah, I mean it looks like you could see some continuation here. Absolutely. Yeah, everything generally looks pretty good. The big area to retest is going to be around, 10% down from where we are right now. I feel like March could be more boring. AI coins, potentially. I know Python's going nuts, right? Oh yeah, it's its own. What was the jump from there to 43%? Right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was thinking about earlier, like I haven't looked at Bonk in a while. They're probably both going nuts. Let's look at it on the, I don't know, MEXC chart. Jesus, I did so much TA on this. Your technical target's up there, so yeah, it'll probably recover a good amount. Give another 20 to that point, I would assume. That 12-hour looks pretty good. Peppy or Bonk? I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Yeah, Peppy's jumping up. Yeah. Oh my God, we're that close to all-time highs? Wow. That's nuts. Oh my God, who would have known? Is Doge following in those footsteps? No, not really. I mean, it's up, but nothing too spectacular. Yeah. Money flow coming up. Dog with head. Yeah, somebody asks me about that every day. Yeah, you might be right. It could be the next one. Yeah, Doge is boomer stuff. Doge is people. What are people like who are into Doge? Were they 26 years old? They're old. Man. PNJ. Alone. I don't know. That looks good in the 4-day though. Yeah, it's only up 43x. Yeah. 40x. I mean, usually you don't see things go up like 100x that quickly. I would assume that it'll probably level off. I don't know though. peppy trades. Nice. Nice. How's Fetch doing? Yeah, doing pretty well. Eventually probably will go up further. Yeah. What CRO? There are so many cryptos, guys. It's just nuts. Yeah, this is approaching those highs there, that 11 cent area. I think you're gonna break above this whole thing and eventually get up to 16. So I think we got a long ways to go. I mean, who the hell knows if this will make it back up to all-time highs, but that would be nice if it does. Let's look at Shiba Inu. Trigger wave coming up. Okay, that looks good. Probably could get back up to this point eventually. Probably a 30% jump or something. Yeah, 40%. Big red flag. Well, let's look at ETH right now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, short term, we could easily lose these areas. You know, it's hard to say. You know, you're in that crazy uptrend, so you want to say we're going to keep going up, but you know, trigger waves don't always work out. But I think you probably are going to mess around with these areas more. Let's see, Adam. Trigger wave. It still looks good, yeah. Still been waiting for an outcome on a trade for this for a while. It's lagged behind, but I think, you know, wouldn't count it out completely yet. But it has lagged behind an amount. I'm curious about Uni versus ETH. I think I've looked at this, but yeah, oh yeah. Big area, and then you just shot up so much, yeah. Yeah. Wow. I want to look at Bitcoin dominance quickly here. 2 week. Your money flow is trying to come down. I feel like this is kind of over. Like, can it go higher? Sure, but I feel like I feel like most things that aren't going to go to zero have bottomed out against Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yes, it can go higher, but it's not going to be that much higher. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it could go up to 57, but I don't see much going much higher than that. Could be wrong, though. I mean, because you look at that high was September, and then the true high, slightly higher high, was December of 2020. So, yeah. I don't know if this will really make a difference, but Bitcoin dominance minus... Okay, I think I did that wrong. Minus tether. Yeah, it's not. Oh, awesome. Appreciate you, Travis. Cosino. I don't know what that is, man. Cosino? Chino? Yeah, it's not what. Oh, you're talking about Uni versus Jupiter? I mean, we could try that. I mean, it's not going to give us much, but yeah, it looks like Uniswap would take the prize, but yeah. Appreciate you, Satoshi. Shout out to Satoshi. Shout out to Travis. Cock Inu. I haven't looked at Cock in a minute. It looks like it could be fighting back. Maybe getting up to back up to those ranges. I mean, everything looks freaking good right now, man. I mean, the alts look more bullish than Bitcoin and ETH at the moment. Like, on the macro, I would say. I mean, this could be it could be an area where a lot of this is the bull run of the alts, and a lot of the alts really kick it to Bitcoin and ETH. But yeah, this could be that bull run for it. I mean, based on the charts, that's what it kind of, because the alts unless the alts just don't get anywhere near their old all-time highs, the majority of them, but like the alts have room. Bitcoin, ETH, they don't have that much room. I mean, unless you think Bitcoin's going to 200K or something. I mean, let's be real. Like, I mean, let's just do our little, prediction. Let's say it's, mid to late 25. I mean, where are you going to end up? Okay, the people that think 200K, they would say somewhere around here. That's a little far-fetched in my opinion. That'd be crazy. Here would be definitely doable, that 140, like this range towards the end of 2025, maybe even 150. That would be like a 120 to 150 range, I would assume. Here is where it gets more realistic, I would say, like more, because like people are going to knock this down at 100K. Can you get that leg up higher? I mean, people may knock this down before 100K, and that could be it, maybe 90 something, you know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, 100K was the big prediction everybody thought last bull run. Like, if you've been around long enough, everybody was saying 100K last bull run. Like, throughout 2025, throughout 2021, everyone was saying we would hit 100K, including myself. And maybe this time is when it finally happens. SEI, I think there's some decent fundamentals behind SEI. I have a little bit of it. Dump before halving. I don't know. You'd see the March dump. You'd see March as a red month if that does happen. I kind of feel like it's more likely you see a post-halving dump, and I think the summer would be a summer low. Like you see, like similar to 2021 in a way where we consolidate. March is kind of sideways. April's more bullish with the halving. And then May, sell and May walk away. May, June, July, August are very boring sideways. Maybe we'll go back to 40K or something, maybe even high 30s. I'm not really seeing anything under 30, anything too crazy. But, I mean, you do see that kind of drop off. I mean, if we do let's say we get up to 60. I mean, 50% corrections are pretty likely. If you're looking at what happened in 21, you come back down to 30. I think in that situation, alts would hold up pretty well against Bitcoin. But we'll see. Restream bot facts. Oh, yeah. That's somebody on Twitch. Yeah. But yeah, SEI. I mean, it doesn't look too good with the bear div on the 4-day. Not too much data here. I don't know. Like, this looks like textbook market cipher bearish, man. Like, that's why I'd stay away from it right now. But it could easily jump up and get up to 180, so yeah. Matic trying to jump up more. Yeah, we looked at Matic. ApeCoin, I mean, same as a lot of other things. I think hopefully you could hold $2 here and continue, and I think the charts would support that. It's going to take time, but you're going to get up to $3, I think. Probably before halving, I would say $3 is a good goal here, I would assume. Spell? Never heard of it. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're interested in the Discord, where me and 3 other analysts, Crypto Bullzone, KMAC, Atlanticor, post a lot of trade setups, entry points, take profits, all that. Especially I post a lot of those. Check out the link down below if you want 1 free month in the Discord. If you sign up to any of the exchanges down below with my link, deposit at least $100, and then open a support ticket with your UID and what exchange you signed up on. I will give you 1 free month in the Discord. So yeah. Do I think ETH will flip Bitcoin this cycle? I think it's pretty unlikely. I don't know how much it would have to outperform Bitcoin to do that, but I think it's an insane number. I think if that does happen, a lot of people that own ETH are going to become multimillionaires, and I don't think we're there yet. I think ETH will outperform Bitcoin, but I don't know if it could flip it. I think that's pretty unlikely. I don't know if that would ever happen. It could, though. Not thinking alts will rally as hard. I think ETF kind of narratives of more altcoins would push it, but yeah. Let's look at Spell. Looks like everything else, man. I mean, this is a big area that you're testing. I mean, theoretically, if you can break above here, which it looks like you might be, you're looking at, yeah. I mean, I've never heard of this. You know, what's the market cap on this? Is this one that could go crazy? I mean, yeah. What was the... Or, I guess it, oh yeah, this, just Elon. There was like some AI like on what was it, coin metrics or token metrics or whatever, just saying this would go crazy. This could be a sleeper meme coin hit, like a 10x back to all-time high. I don't know though. Buy at your own risk. I mean, you got to buy. Yeah, you can do it on MEXC. Yeah. Doge Elon. Elon looking really good right now. Soul outperforming ETH. Let's say we'll take a look at that. I think it's going to take time before Sol makes a new high against ETH. I think that's going to take time. Will it happen? Probably. But it's going to take time. Like, you're probably not going to see that until the second half of this year or first half of next year, I would assume. You know, you probably would maybe test this lower area and consolidate for a bit. Yeah. But Elon USDT, I could see this because just the name of it, Elon. I mean, you know, this is pure gambling, but I mean, also Trump USD, you know. That's another one that could, for obvious reasons, go crazy. If it ain't got a frog in it, or it ain't got a dog in it, it ain't gonna do shit. So Crypto Face said. Wanted to look at, you know, some of the NFT floor prices, you know, 13K for mutants. I mean, staying consistent at that 4 ETH. So I do think, you know, the ape, all the Yuga Labs stuff, you know, the apes are, this is going to be a make or break moment, I think, where they either jump up a lot against ETH or they, you know, fall over. And I think they're going to jump up a good amount. So, yeah. The Moonbird's up. The Creeps. They're up for a lot, right? Let's look at the Creeps. Those damn Creeps. Yeah. Yeah, doubling. Damn creep. I should have bought a Creep, man. Some of them got that freaking... I'm not going to say it, but you guys know what those Creeps look like. You guys know the Creeps. Creeps. There was an airdrop for it? Huh. When? Saucy new. I like that name. I like up Saucy new. Is it this? I think, or did you just make that up? Is it this? Saucy new. Saucer swap. It's doing good. I don't know. This is pretty new, man. It's hard to say with some of these new ones. It probably will keep going up. That date hour don't look good. XLM. Oh, you're talking about Stellar? Stellar. Lomans. This looks good, yeah. I mean, it's such a, like, this doesn't, against Bitcoin, this is trash, but I mean, curious about it against ETH. Yeah, just no man's land. I mean, it could jump, but you're catching falling knives. But then again, Atom against ETH kind of looks the same. But I mean, do I need to remind you guys? Look at ETH Litecoin. Or, yeah, or Litecoin ETH, I should say. Wrong one. Yeah, I mean, that only go down. That only go down. When? Is this a meme coin? Drop down and then, yeah. Trying to see that recovery there. What was that other new one? Metis. That looks pretty good in the 5-day. I think this could do something. I have a little bit of this. But I mean, there's a lot of new ones. You know, there's a lot of new shit in the game. And it's like the old stuff, you know. That's where it gets complicated. Chainlink I want to look at. A little underwhelming. That weekly. Money flow is still not bad. It's not a major cause for concern yet. Money flow coming up here, but it is a mild cause for concern. But yeah. Sauce, Inu. Evan, Sauce, Inu, Aldo. I like that. I like that. Sauce, Inu, Aldo. Sauce, Inu, Aldo. Squared. This too. That looks like you can see some continuation. Top play for this cycle. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of stuff that's going to do some stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going to do some stuff. It's like the, I don't know why this reminds me of, like, you know the scene in Superbad where McLovin's, you know, they ask him, like, how old he is after he gets, like, punched in the face or whatever, and he's buying the alcohol, and he's, like, old enough. And they're, wait. He's, like, old enough, and they're, like, old enough to do what? He's, like, to party. I was like, oh, okay. That was a funny fucking movie. How old are you? Old enough. And you have one name? It's McLovin? We know you're not really 25, man. We know you're not really 25. We just wanted to hang out with you. We just wanted to make friends with you. Top play. It could be ApeCoin. I mean, it depends, man. CRO, I think, has got some potential. Matic, HBAR. I mean, some stuff does look really good right now. That character, that's what's the name of that actor that played this? I wonder if that actor's done anything in recent years. He probably made enough money to. You don't question ApeCoin, Genzi. You just ape. You just ApeCoin. So I think ADA will reach $6. I actually mapped that out before. Let me look at that. Is it on this? Yeah. I think there's a really good shot. It could get, like, I'd say that the highest possible is probably $8 at the absolute max. I don't know if because that's still I mean, if you get, like, even $6 is a lot from where we are. An 8x for this, like, that's a lot. Especially something that's so well known. But I think at the absolute highest, you could see $8. 11x maybe. I mean, let's see. Let's just look at the diminished returns here. Like, let's not even count pandemic. Let's just see. From here, it was 100x about. So if you could get I mean, you're getting about a third of that if you get up to like $7. I feel like it's probably, yeah, I mean, it's usually a fifth you get. So if you get a, yeah, I feel like trying to get out at like $4 would probably make the most sense, but we'll see. I'm talking about Stellar Lumens. AVA, why have I not? Oh, this is, I don't think I've ever looked at this. Good, it looks good in the weekly. It's really the analysis for every night. It's just like, it looks good in the weekly. What was, anybody still, yeah, Safe Moon? Yeah, Safe Moon. Safe Moon. You guys remember Safe Moon? I can't believe, I didn't know it was still around anywhere. They probably rebranded. I mean, MEXC, yeah, only down 98.8%. Currently down 98. Could come back. I'm being sarcastic, but hey, it don't look terrible. It's like some other nonsense. That's, you know, it's just kind of vaporware. Oh, look at that FTT chart. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? $100 in the Safe Moon. It would be funny because I can't believe, I didn't know, like, it's weird because that thing is not, that thing is not traded, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't find a chart for that. That's like, they must have rebranded and reamped and did, you know what I mean? How about Luna? Is it like, that's the, it's, there's Luna 2, right? They rebranded to, yeah, and then, yeah. I was just thinking, like, if you were to buy this, like, late 22, you'd be ahead a little bit. It's wild. I don't know. Kusama. This was relevant in 21. It hasn't been relevant in a while. Oh, it did get listed on Coinbase, but anybody buy the top on this? Looks good in the weekly, like everything else. You probably could get back to 100 eventually, I would assume. Do I talk stock? Yeah, I speak stock, not fluently, but I speak stock. Let's see. Aave. I have Aave, yeah. Yeah, Aave looks pretty good. A lot of things look good, man. Everything looks good. Your 401k, that looks good. Cocky new. Yeah, there's so much crap to throw stuff into. I mean, if you throw $100 into all this nonsense, you'd spend 100 grand at the end of it. It's like 1,000 coins to spend 100. Yeah, put $100 in each. Arrow. Yeah. I don't know. It's so hard to know when. I mean, it's in an uptrend. It's gonna do that all over again. Go to $1, maybe. Who knows? 50 cents. Curious about cattle. That's a good thing we'll probably look at right now. I mean, I was hoping this would come down, but it doesn't look like. I think it will kind of roll over eventually here, but we'll see. Who knows? Oh man, what was the freaking? Oh, I was coin stock. I'm gonna get off in a minute, guys. Mouth is getting dry. I gotta take the laundry out. money flow pretty good there. Yeah. Yeah, probably some continuation. Yeah, Python, yeah. It's yes in German is ja. Pretty funny. Yeah, MEXC could get a little jump here. We'll look at a couple. I mean, it's probably not too much to say about the NASDAQ and all that, but yeah, probably continue forward into the end of the year. I mean, we'll see. 2 week. I mean, maybe you get a bear div there. Kind of bear div on the weekly. Let's see here. Who had I been bullish on? Yeah, you're hitting that. That's a big point, though, that wick. You know, those old wicks. Old wicks. Yeah. You'd probably break above this whole, all this shit, though. I think you could come back. A lot of people use Robinhood. I mean, yeah, you're probably eventually going to get back up to 35 bucks. So I could see a double in the next year to year and a half. Yeah. And guys, if you guys are interested in a lot of really good signals, you should join my paid group. Link in description below if you want one free month in it. If you sign up to any of the links down below, deposit at least $100 in exchanges. Sign up with my link and open a support ticket, put in your UID and the exchange you signed up with. I'll give you one free month. So yeah. Yeah. It's a signal group, yeah. I give full out signals, and they, I can't promise you it's going to be, I can't promise you could blindly follow it and make money. But I mean, we've done very well in there. So yeah. I post all my trades when I enter them, so with the stop losses and everything. Gala. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at Gala ETH. Yeah, that could be. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, that looks good. $1. Oh yeah, previous all time. Who the hell knows? Maybe. I have no idea. You'll probably get up to at least like 20 cents. Oof. That's a 5x. You probably get a good shot at that. Yeah. So yeah. Hex. You're late, man. We already talked about shit tokens, man. We're talking about boomer investments right now. We could look at Hex though. Yeah, SPY. Probably eventually get to 560 here. This like operates like something that went to zero. It probably could jump up a bit though. It's hard to say. Richard ain't as relevant as he used to be. He's not as relevant. I think he's just gonna die out. I don't know. Bitfarm. Why does that sound familiar? Anyway, guys, it's been on about 50 minutes. I'm getting a little tired. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Really appreciate you guys joining me. Let's look at... I mean, right now, Bitcoin, I don't know. Some trigger waves. Could kind of go either way. Ethereum, I'm hoping for a little jump. I think we might be able to pull it off. Let's look at our SR or VWAP as long as we stay above this. I'm looking for like 32.76, you know, that area right there. I think we can pull it off. Hope we can. Trigger wave on the 30. I like that. It confirms in 20 minutes. So hopefully we do well. Stacks hitting 10 bucks. I have no idea, man. Let's see. Stacks. It could get up to 20 probably. I don't know if you could break above there. Yeah. Anyway, really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get going. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the Discord and the exchanges down below. All right.